Hey, what's going on, guys? It's MineClashDuty here, playing some Fortnite Battle Royale. This is not live, but I'm going to be doing a commentary over it because I have a video that will include 15 tips and tricks for playing Fortnite Battle Royale. Not all of them are going to be to help you win every game. That'll be kind of confusing until I explain it later, but just go with it. Yeah, so have fun watching the gameplay as well as hopefully you can get something from my tips. Tip number 1 is to build. You need to build in this game or else you are going to lose way too many gunfights. You could still win without building, but it becomes way harder. If you're on an even playing field, like literally a flat field, the way that you can get an advantage in the fight is to just build your own cover. That's the best way to do it and the most effective. Yeah, so when you're in a sticky situation, just build your own cover and try to get out of it. There's a lot of uses for building. Alright, tip number 2, never loot in the open. When you kill someone, like in an open field, and you go to loot them just in that open field, you're likely going to get shot. People oftentimes come towards the shots, so they'll see you have a fight and then they'll just try to kill you after you've fought. It's not, yeah, you need to build yourself some cover or run through it really quickly and get yourself some cover. This is also the case with healing. You don't want to heal wide in the open. It's just a bad move. Also, this kill is fun. Yeah. Alright. Tip number 3 is to listen. It's really important in this game to have a mic. If you can't get one, kind of stinks, and this tip is kind of not important, but listening is so important in this game. You could hear directions of people just by hearing their footsteps. It's so nice. Like, I just knew that there was a guy around it, like in this clip, because I could hear his footsteps. So yeah. Make sure that you have the sound of the game going to your headset. You could change that in the PS4 settings. You could figure it out. I don't want to spend the time doing that because I'm lazy. Telling you that because I'm lazy. So yeah. Alright, tip number 4. Play the map. So when you have a circle that's made, it's gonna favor some certain sides. I like to go towards the side that has the least distance to run by going around the perimeter of the existing circle. That's kind of confusing, but so let's just say there's a circle in the very top left corner, and I'm in the I'm like on the right side of that circle-ish, maybe a little bit out of it. I want to go up north and then cut into it. That was a very odd description of that, but I don't know if you understand, but that's okay. I'll just go with it, pretending that you understand. Also, you have to play the terrain of the map. So hills are natural cover. If you get in a fight, you can just dip behind a hill and it's nice. Or if you know someone's behind a hill, stay behind that hill and peek over it with third person. It's really nice. So yeah, that's my recommendation. Use the terrain to advantage too. When playing in a squad, use tip number 6. Use the coordinate wheel at the top. So you can see in the gameplay there's a coordinate wheel. It's right up there. There's numbers and the cardinal directions and stuff. So you can just say one of those numbers or the cardinal direction to your teammates to let them know where a person is or where you think a person is or something. Use the numbers too because that's more exact and it's nice. But like, it's so useful just being able to call it out really quickly without having to describe the entire place. Sometimes you still have to describe the place. Like if there's 2 buildings and they're really close together, you might have to say northeast left building. It's not too hard, but getting that down can take a little bit, but it's so stinking useful. So definitely do it. Tip number 7 is play aggressive to practice your gun skill. You need gun skill to be able to fight at some point in every single game. If you're the last 2 people left, you have to fight someone to win. It's gonna happen. You need to practice your gun skill, and how I recommend that is drop into places that have quite a bit of people that normally drop there, like Pleasant Park, Retail Row, Greasy Grove, either of the 2 farms really, but those are kind of lesser. But yeah, just drop into bigger places so that you can get your gunfights down. Once you actually start winning those gunfights, you can maybe start branching off into other places. But seriously, I do recommend going into those big places. Tip number 8 is learn chest locations. Especially if you don't have great sound going on, you need to just figure out where all the chests are, and it's a thing. Yeah, it's a big deal not knowing where a chest is when you're just walking right by it. You can get really good stuff from chests, and if you don't learn where the stuff is, you're going to be at a huge disadvantage. So there's certain houses they Fortnite is kind of interesting. It copies and pastes buildings like everywhere. So like if you have one type of building, it's going to have the same chest locations as other types of buildings of the same type. If that makes any sense. And you just need to learn those types of buildings and their chest locations. Like there's one that has a balcony on it. I know that there's a chest that can be in the doghouse, a chest that can be on the very top of the roof, and a chest that can be above the garage. I just know those things, and it's just become second nature to me, which is really nice. So, yeah, I recommend doing that for yourself. Yeah. Tip number 9, this one's actually kind of hard, but when late game or whenever you're in a fight, don't panic, because your aim will die if you panic. And it's just not good to panic. You want to be at the top of your game. If you're starting to realize you're freaking out, just calm down and you'll be fine. Like, seriously, it's not too bad. Most people, when they get in a gunfight, they'll panic. Oh, hiccups, sorry. And yeah, it's kind of a simple one with not a really easy explanation to give. But yeah, don't panic. Tip number 10, let the enemy go out in the open before you shoot them. If they're running and they have really good cover behind a hill, but they're running into a place that's really open, you can wait to shoot for just a tiny bit and let them go into that open area. Yeah, you just need to have an advantage in a gunfight at like all times, and that would be a way to get you that advantage. So, kind of simple. That's it. Tip 11. Make sure that you are always moving. Never stop moving to do anything. Like, anything. I mean anything. If you're looting, never stand still. If you are wanting to put on a shield, I know you have to stand still for that. If you absolutely have to stand still to do something, like put on a shield, then build around yourself so you have cover. If you're gonna stand still in really good cover. Even standing by a window and standing still is way too dangerous. You don't want to do that either. You have to stand like in a corner of a building or something where almost no one has a chance of seeing you. Yeah. Tip number 12, always try to peek with third person before you peek like with your actual body. You probably saw a few kills earlier in the game where I saw the person when they had no chance of seeing me by me just hanging out around a corner. This game is not like a lot where you can peek around a corner without having anyone have a chance of seeing you, which is really nice. So use that feature to your advantage. You don't want people to see you, but you want to see them, so you might as well use the tools that you have to do that. Tip 13, watch out for getting tunnel vision. When you are in a fight, you're gonna want to like put all your focus on one thing. You can't be doing that. You have to watch your back even while in a fight. Yep, yeah, you have to watch your back at all times. When running through a storm, you have to watch your back still. Not maybe not as much, but like yeah, you always have to be aware of your surroundings and you have to be aware of tunnel vision. Don't get it. It's a bad idea. Going along with tip 13 is tip 14. Always check your back. You always need to watch your back because someone could be sneaking up on you at any time. Even if you just came from that area, someone could have been hiding in a bush or you could have just missed them. It happens. So, like, if you're hanging out on a mountain, you have to watch your back. Make sure no one's sneaking up behind you. If you're getting in a gunfight, you have to every once in a while just third person peek behind you or something. Yeah, you'd have to check your back a lot in this game. Finally, tip 15. You need to stay relatively close to your teammates. This only applies to duos or squads, but if you get far away from your teammates and you get in a gunfight, and you die, your teammates have just no chance of saving you. The more people that you have at the very end game, the better you can do. So you want to have as much as possible, and the best way to keep yourself alive is to be with your teammates, because even if you get down, they can protect you. So, yeah. Alright, I hope you guys learned something from these tips. If not, I'm sorry, that's my bad. Or you're just really good at the game. But, yeah, I hope that you learned something from these tips and that you'll use them. So, thank you guys for watching. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.